So, I'll be talking about my class in 11th grade. So, I was in a social study class, and I had this Afro Guyanese social study teacher. So, in this class, I started out with a 35 on his test, and then I started getting 90s, 80s, and 90s on his multiple choice questions test. And I also did good on my presentation because I would have group presentation with my Guyanese classmates. So the school that I go to, it's a lot of minorities and also Guyanese people and Hispanics and African Americans. But something about it is off. So it was during summer 2011. It was going on to summer 2011. And I remember my Afro Guyanese teacher, he's for social studies, he had some sort of paper for me. I remember someone knocked on the door and gave him a paper, and he gave it to me. And I was like, "What? What is this?" So I remember giving my mom this paper and saying, What does this paper mean?" She said to me, "This means that in order for you to keep going to your research room or your special ed class, they need to evaluate you in class." So my mom said, "You keep complaining about being in the special ed class and they're not helping you, and they they're trying to sabotage you." Because I think at the time that's when I started thinking that someone put me in this class, the 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 speech class and research room. They put me in this class so they can sabotage me. So the reason why I said sabotage is because of how I got derailed in school, in elementary school twice, and how people are trying to convince me that I can't think for myself. I think that someone's trying to sabotage me. So if you look at my posts on Waybuilder from 2012, you would see me talking about it. You would see me talking about how the people in my school, like the special ed teachers and my teachers overall, are trying to sabotage me in school. They're trying to make me look like I can't think for myself or talk for myself. I don't know how to explain it at the time. I didn't know. I don't know what it that. So I remember going to this room where I'm giving this paper to this lady. So I sat down and she wanted me to write, and then she wanted me to speak out loud about what I wrote. So I did that, and then she questioned me. She said she said to me, "Dear, do you have anyone in your household who speaks English?" That's what she said to me. She said if I have anyone in the household who speaks English. I said yes, and then she tells me, "What country are they from?" I'm like, Huh?" And then as soon as she said that, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of my father girlfriend. I believe in in 10th grade, my father girlfriend, I tried calling my father, and my father girlfriend picked up for my father, and if my she said to me if I speak English, because I'm not speaking English, She said, "You and your father speak the same language." I'm like, "What the hell is this? What the, what the, what the f is going on here? I don't understand this." That completely doesn't make any sense because that's the only I only speak English. What else I know? What other language I know? How I not speak English and I'm speaking English on the phone to her? That's what I said. How is that possible? And she said, "I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand one word you're saying." I'm talking to her and she said, you're not speaking English. I don't understand what you're saying. Here, wait. Cause and I hear her in the background, "Your son, I don't know what language he's speaking. I don't understand what he's talking." And she put me with my father on the phone and my father said that there was a lot of stupid stuff happening here. I was able to get to my father and he was speaking perfectly fine. It's just the lady was acting, I believe she was intoxicated. One makes me think that someone is making her behave this way towards me. So I thought about how Regina, my father's girlfriend, behaved towards me, and I saw that I saw that Regina and the lady who's evaluating me for special ed, they think they had the same mind about me, and the belief, mind, the perception, everything is about me. The way they think about me, because they're thinking that I'm not capable of speaking English. So the lady went from saying if I speak English to the household to and who she said to me if anyone in the household speak English to saying what countries my mom or my father's from. I said Antigua. She said, "Do they speak English in Antigua?" I said yes. And then when I started reading, she just distracted me right from reading. So I read again, and then she said, "Do you do you you need to when you speak you need to when you need to speak slowly when you speak." You need to speak slowly. Then she starts, and kept reading. She then kept saying, "Do you need to keep? You need to speak. You need to. You need to read slowly. You need to read slowly." I'm like, what the hell? She said she doesn't understand the way I speak or the way I read. She said she couldn't understand the way I write or the way I'm reading at that time. And then after that, she was done. She was done with me. Done with the evaluation. And I was just keep going to special ed. And I've seen such thing like this before. Like being, she's comfortable saying this to me in front of my face. So when I write to people, they say that I can't write, that they don't understand my writing. When I speak to people, they say they don't understand the way I speak. So I remember when I was in the cafeteria and I was saying something to one of my classmates in the cafeteria, they was all staring at me, saying, "Yeah, the way he does speak is it's kind of fun. It's kind of weird. His speaking is weird. Wow, kind of is weird." I'm like, what? And my sister, and you know who does this to me too? I remember my sister doing this to me too. When I was trying to go to college, they said that I failed the writing and the reading placement test. I was being rushed from the reading test. I didn't have time to even concentrate on it. But the writing, I tried finishing up, and I remember I was talking about Central Park, and I was talking about how there's the sound can be amplified, and it can distract people, and there's like quiet zones in Central Park, a quiet area, and they're not, and there's people are not allowed to make any noise. And I just write about that, and there was a lawyer. There was a lawyer who's writing, or you could say that there's musicians who's playing a park, and they got some sort of lawyer writing to people about the '80s, how there's people in the '80s who had their loud music and they're singing, and they can hear the environment, and it helps relax people. And I was just writing. I was just rephrasing my words, right? I was pretty much quoting what the passage was talking about. And even though I started off with an introduction, a body paragraph, and a conclusion, I knew what it was. That's what I did. I even put that when I was making my outline. I made an introduction, body paragraph, and a conclusion. And they said that I got a really low score on it. But I was quoting what the pastor was saying and rephrasing them, and they didn't interpret it. And then my sister mentioned to me and my mom that I talk weird, so that means I write weird. You see the way he talks, he speaks weird. He doesn't know how to talk, right? You don't know how to talk to people. You always say the wrong thing. That's my mom. I'm like, what the heck? And everybody on the internet tells me that I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to write coherently. I don't know how to talk coherently. You know, I can understand the reason why I was quiet to myself, or not wanting to say anything, because the people are ready to, because they're ready to like attack me. It's like they want to verbally knock me out. They don't want me to say anything. And they talk to people. It's as if someone is trying to separate the meaning from the intended meaning. So whatever I experienced in 12th grade from the lady who was evaluating me, this is weird to the point in 2017, and when I was in Florida, right? 2017 in Florida, I started figuring out what was happening to me and what this is. 15, I started talking about people's behavior and supercomputers. 16, I started talking about supercomputers and behavior, and also the communication. 17, I started learning that the are people brain contains algorithms, and they have these specific groupings of words that are directed to me and are directed to my mind, and they can indirect and direct messages to my mind, so they can make me block myself from thinking, make me have doubts about thinking. And people can interpret the meaning not the intended way. Someone can translate their thoughts and mislead them from interpreting my meaning. Because this is constantly happening to me. If anyone's saying that I'm obsessed, people say I'm obsessed with this idea that about supercomputers making people. They said I'm obsessed, and I'm repeating it. So when I talked about my experience, it's conspiracy theories. I don't need to talk about AI or governments. I can just talk about people behavior, and it says conspiracy theories, and that whatever I'm talking about is gibberish or buzzwords, or I'm not talking sensible. I'm not talking coherently. I'm not talking like I know what I'm talking about. That's to the point when I'm talking about my experience and people saying that, and they don't even know me. They're not even they don't have no patience to hear me out, because I'm the one who's giving them context. I was there in those situations, right? Experiencing people talk to me and behave this way towards me over and over. It's not an obsession, and it's as if I'm being punished, because it is. I feel like I'm being punished for being aware of how people talk. I'm being punished for knowing, basically my brain being able to interpret that something's wrong, because I've been feeling this way since I was a kid. That something's terribly wrong with the way people behave towards me. And since I got left back in school, or you could say derailed in school, 2 times, I feel as if there's someone knowing how to place people in situations. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Since I knew that I was put in jobs in Florida a whole bunch of times, and in New York City, when I was living in New York City in 2012, after graduating high school, and no one's calling me, and I put in for midnight, morning, all the way to morning time and afternoon, you know, all different times. I'm ready to work at any shift. No one calls me. Not even an interview. It's like I'm blacklisted for. from all these jobs. No one wants me to be working. No matter what I do, I try making money online. Same problem there too. People get angry. People saying that I'm posting illegal content. I think that something's wrong, and and try to figure out why do I feel that way. Why do I feel as if when I was a kid, the people is trying to make me write a certain way. They're trying to make me write like I can't write. They're trying to get me to think a certain way about myself, so I cannot do it. So I could be incapable of doing it. It's a fear. They want me to have a fear of writing and fear of thinking as a way to make me discourage myself from thinking about anything. So when I was a teenager and I had regents in the cafeteria instead of class because I was a special ed student, they said I needed extra time. I started thinking that someone's sabotaging me. I started saying to myself, if someone reads my essay, they're not gonna get the intended meaning. They're gonna get a different meaning, even though I may not know. This is it for this video. I don't have my place. I don't have my own place to sit down and talk about these experiences. I tried. Well, this is the best I can do.